Content warning. This show contains images or descriptions of spiders that may be distressing to individuals with arachnophobia. Viewer discretion is advised.
What is up, Warriors? Welcome to the Warriors Den. We are at a very special time of year for Honor. That's right, it is Halloween season, and as you know, For Honor, this is one of our favorite times of the year. Joining me on the couch today to talk all things Halloween in For Honor is Captain Colehart himself, or Big Mike.
Or Big Mike, yeah. How you doing? Super excited to be here.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Yeah, it's good to be on the show again. So can't wait to showcase what we have today. It's going to be a good one, I think.
I don't think so. I know so.
Oh.
But before we get to scaring on with the rest of the show, yeah, I said it. It's good. We got to talk about Twitch drops, folks. Okay, so before we get too into this, please make sure out there in all of Twitch land and wherever you're streaming from, you link your UbiConnect account to your Twitch account. That way, for every 30 minutes you're with us today, you're going to get a scavenger crate. Also, we are going to pick some lucky grand prize winners at the end of the show to win a prize of either 100k steel or the new hero skin that we're going to show off in a little bit. So that's exciting.
Nice, yeah, get that loot. All right, so Warriors, we have an awesome show today. First, we're going to present the Halloween event, and we'll go in more details in the next segment, so be patient. After that, GameMode Deep Dive with a new contest to win very exclusive in-game content.
Awesome.
That's always good. Then we have the Triple Threat Circuit segment to see what's going on with the tournament.
Nice.
Also have patch notes with JC.
Woo!
Yeah.
Patch notes.
And we're going to have a community corner segment that you don't want to miss.
I never want to miss it. It's one of my favorites.
It's the best part.
I love the videos. That's great. But hey, before we go to check out the trailer for what's coming up next, for all you Warriors out there who like to play For Honor on the go, we are very excited to announce today that For Honor is actually going to be available now on the Xbox ROG Ally. That's right. We're playing it now. Actually, we're playing it between sets. But
Yeah,
you want me to show the... I don't know where the camera is. The camera's over there. Yeah, I found the camera. Yeah, so this is cool. Check it out. You get your For Honor on the go, which is a great thing to have. So, yeah.
Absolutely. So, grab your popcorn, grab your candy corn, grab your gummy spiders.
Ooh, gummy spiders.
And just kick back and enjoy the show. We got a sick trailer to show you first, so take it away, Max.
Go, Max.
猛者どもは集う不可能を成すために悪夢を闇へ葬るために虐殺の女王妖魔の母そして死に救う雲JOROGUMOに
Hey, welcome back to the Rise of the JOROGUMO detail segment. You heard correctly. We're bringing back the beloved Halloween event that we had back in year 6, season 3. That's a while ago. But with a twist this time. So we're excited to show and tell you all about it in this timed event. Joined with me today is Ben, is Ben and Ian. Sorry. So how are y'all doing?
Fantastic.
Great. I'm
Yeah?
a big Cole Hart fan, so I'm kind of starstruck right now. Pulled it off beautifully.
Any plans for Halloween?
I've been planning Halloween since November 1st, 2024. So yeah, I'm ready.
Awesome. All right. So before we go on, how about we break down the seasonal roadmap? So first, Yoshiro, the Damned Hero skin for the Orochi, coming out tomorrow. Halloween event, the Rise of the JOROGUMO for 3 weeks. So it's going to be from October 23rd to November 13th. And then we have 3 hero fests. Hitokiri is going to be first on November 13th, then Shaman on the 20th, and then Tiandi on November 27th. We have a throwback event as well, Wrath of the Jormungandr event, where you'll be able to play Breach Ragnarok and get that hammer. Hammer, yeah. But so for a limited time, it's going to be on from November 20th to the 27th. So before we move on, let's jump back to what happened in TU1 to understand where we are right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So back in TU1, as players might recall, we took a bit of a break from our main timeline. We started the year dealing with the Hatun invasion / occupation, but then we took a break to travel back in time, centuries ago, to the founding days of the samurai in the Mire. We took a focus on Castle Chiyo, the home of Lady Saori. Lady Saori's husband had gone away to deal with important imperial business, and unfortunately, that was the perfect time for a rival daimyo to strike. A very treacherous guy who launched an attack in the dead of night. So unfortunately, Lady Saori outnumbered, and she didn't have a lot of people by her side, but she took up arms to defend her home. She fought valiantly. But unfortunately, I mean, there was just too much going on, unfortunately. And she was somebody who had very strong emotions. She felt very deeply. She had a lot to protect. There was a lot at stake. And when it all came crashing down, we hinted at a darkness hidden inside her, something stirring, something awakening. Now we can finally say it. I can finally say it. Everybody guessed it. Congratulations, everybody. You were right. The JOROGUMO's back. Lady Saori was the JOROGUMO. So what we're doing now is, we had JOROGUMO before, but now it's the origin of JOROGUMO. So it's a different, newly birthed JOROGUMO. She's fresh out of the yokai oven, as you could say. So there are some differences to her, as players will see when they play the event. But she's just as terrifying, and she has a very special connection to somebody she's gonna have to fight during this season.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been cooking with that yokai
Totally.
So, Ben, how about you give us a bit of background on Yoshiro?
Yeah, sure. So yeah,
guy.
Yoshiro the Damned. He's our new Orochi skin, and he's actually the son of a character you might be familiar with, for those of you playing along at home, Lady Saori and her husband, Lord Masaki. And I guess they had some high expectations for their son, because Yoshiro roughly translates to excellent son.
Pressure at all.
Yeah, so
Up to for sure.
a little bit, it kind of reflects Lady Saori's, intense love for her son, and Yoshiro's unrealistic expectations for this new warrior to be. And so during this story, he was away in TU1, trying to prove himself to his father and show that he is the strongest warrior in their village. But he soon came to regret that, responding to those rumors and returning to the castle to find it totally destroyed by that rival daimyo, and he also discovers that the rumors were true, and there are some ghosts wandering around there, and they're not friendly. And so he's quickly attacked, and in self-defense, he wields the Mamano dagger, which is actually just like a family heirloom. It's not really his primary weapon, but he discovers that it has the power to banish yokai. There's this cool thing that happens where when he banishes yokai, it imbues him with that power, but the trade-off, and if there has to be a trade-off, is that he's totally corrupted. He's got like all of this corruption on his hands, and I think under that mask, all of his like inner turmoil is essentially kind of manifesting in his arm. And so he's got basically a ticking clock. He's trying to get through this village and cleanse it of these monsters. Right. And at the same time, he knows he's eventually going to become one of them.
A monster himself,
unfortunately. But before that, he's basically got to face off against Monster Mommy that you'll experience in the game mode. So look forward to that. You can read more details about it in a short story that's going to be on the website starting tomorrow.
Oh, it's going to be on the web.
And to add quickly a bit more on the character transformation, if you've played Miko before, if you've seen her, she too was corrupted by the dagger and the demons, but she was a more focused warrior, more disciplined warrior, so her takeover was cleaner in a sense. Whereas for Yashiro, he's more hot-headed and temperamental. So that's why it manifests differently. It overtakes him in a bubbly kind of way, and it's kind of gross, but it's pretty cool.
Well, I mean, we could actually see the skin just a bit earlier. It's a very detailed hero skin, and there's a lot going on there.
Skin. The skin has skin.
The skin has skin. It's pretty cool. So yeah, that demonic arm going up slowly, eating at him. You can even see it, I think, in the back of the shoulder. It's even slowly eating at the armor itself.
Yeah.
That's which is pretty cool.
That eye follows his eyes. It's
we can also see the spider demon face in the back, corruption going all the way up to his face. I don't think we want to see what's under that mask.
Probably wearing it for a good reason.
For very good reasons. All right, and the hair.
Yeah, the hair.
Right now it's muted gray.
Yeah.
But there's stuff we can do with it, right? We can change the color with customization.
Super cool.
That's pretty cool.
I'm gonna leave it muted gray.
You like it gray?
Yeah, it's
cool.
I
mean,
full Goku.
You know, for any anime fans, I think that's gonna be a big one. All right, so we can get the hero skin for $12.99 or 25,000 steel. As mentioned earlier, also there's a bundle with both Yoshiro the Damned and the Yokai Slayer Meiko for $19.99 or 42,000 steel in game. So that's all pretty cool. All right, so let's check out the game, the in-game realization.
Yeah.
So
here's the landing
page. Good. That's that.
Kappa.
The Kappa.
Their bamboo shields.
Traditional Japanese monster, I guess, or a type of yokai. And the face-off screen.
With the torii gate.
Very cool. Very, very cool. All right. Also, we have a returning free event pass for the duration of the event. It's going to go from October 23rd to November 13th. And it will have some special rewards. The Kappa's Hunt battle outfit. I guess we're really focusing on the Kappa.
More Kappas. Who doesn't love a Kappa?
Right. And then we have the ornament for the Kappa trophy. Looking good. And a mood effect.
This is my favorite.
Swamp creatures. With the Kappa head just poking out. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming to the den. Always a pleasure. Stay tuned. We're about to reveal all the lootable weapons available during the event. And right after that, we're going to go deep diving into the game mode event itself. So see you soon.
Happy Halloween!
Welcome back, Warriors, to the Rise of the JOROGUMO game mode segment. We are so excited to talk about this mode today. We got some people on the couch, but before we do that, I wanted to make a teeny small correction. When we were talking about the price of the new hero skin for Yoshiro the Damned, we mistakenly said it was $12.99. It's actually $11.99, so it's in line with our normal stuff. So sorry about that, but rest assured. It's good news. It's an instant discount right there. There we go. We got you. We got your backs. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so just to clarify. But yes, joining me on the couch today to talk about the Rise of the JOROGUMO. event is Mike and Fred. Welcome back to the couch, Mike. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you? I'm splendid, actually.
You're splendid. This
Yeah.
is your new keyword.
Yeah, my new keyword is splendid.
That's cool. Apparently mine is folks, and yours is splendid. And Fred, what's yours?
No idea. Probably Halloween, since I'm always doing the Halloween event.
That is true, because we haven't seen you since for a little while. So welcome back.
Last year, yeah.
Since last year?
Mhm.
Yeah, on Halloween.
Yes, Destiny
So-
event.
So Fred the Halloween
Yeah.
guy.
Fred the
Fred the
Halloween guy.
Halloween guy,
Okay.
yeah.
Just so you know, we let him out once a year on Halloween to come
Yeah.
on the stage with us and talk about all the work he does on these events.
Oh yeah.
Then it's back in the box till the
Yeah,
next year.
that's where I
That's
cook
fine.
up all my ideas for all the effects I want to
In
do.
the box.
It's just when you get left alone for like a year, it gets pretty dark in there.
We don't actually do any of that. Sorry. Okay. So anyway, just to get into it. So some of you might remember, though, a couple years back we did the original Web of the JOROGUMO event. So this was a lot of fun. I still have nightmares about it because despite my like infinite love for all things Spider-Man, I am arachnophobic at heart. That is a fun fact about me. But it was great. It was a ton of fun. So I'm glad we're bringing it back. But some things have changed this time around. Fred, do you want to talk about
Yeah.
it?
So as you could see in the nice trailer that we had before, everything is a lot more red and a lot more angry. And a lot of those changes for the map was done actually by Jordan, a great level artist who works with me alongside with me on many events. And all the rest of the effects that he didn't really have access to, I did a big pass on it for all the Torii gates ripping open, a lot of the stuff that gets spawned by entities, little onibis here and there, the mural that has the eyes that follows you around, all that kind of stuff. And then we did a huge optimization pass, reducing the particle counts, reducing all the instances of the effects that get spawned all over the place at all times. Because if there's one thing that I hate more than spiders, it's poor performance.
You're here.
So
Here, here.
yeah, I did a lot of that. And also, not only the map change, I don't know for the people who played the original events, but the podiums had a little bit of the losing podium was like the insert a coin to continue with Mako solemnly over the cocoons of the heroes that perished during the event, and the winner's podium was raving dancing spiders. But we decided to do a little bit different this year, less into the funny vibe and more into the lore. So for the podiums, for the losing podium, you can see the spider lady going back up. This is the first pass that I did. So colors of the smoke in the background not right. Can't see the cocoons in front because it's dark as hell. And then we have the final pass that I did, where you can see everything a lot better. You got the spider web going up, the demon flowers with the little particles coming off of it that we've been seeing around for the last couple of events. And yeah, so everything in that is all done through NFX, all the animation of the spider lady going back up, everything like that. And also an effect that takes the camera and kind of just tosses it in the spider pit because usually we only have one location for podiums. But this time I was like, maybe I can do something about that and have it a lot more tied into the boss fight, to the whole event. And I dropped it in there and I was like, cool, it works. And then I just updated all my proposals and I just went like, all right, this is all the things that are going to happen. So yeah. And for the winning podium, no more dancing spiders, like I said. And so again, this is the first pass, jank animation on the Mamono dagger going behind the heroes where like half the podiums would hide it. Because Christmas tree here, you know, bunch of stuff. And again, background effects are not final and all that. And then on the last pass that I did, much smoother animation for a possessed dagger. The shaking, the absorbing of the yokai spirits in the village. A lot more character lighting, more demon flowers, but less than when you lose because cleansing a little bit of that corruption away. And since I was also working on all the other content for the Mamono dagger, like the execution and the emote that was in the trailer, it was really easy to start iterating on something and then going like, oh, that fits really well on the execution. Let me convert that a little bit for the for the podium and then for the emote, and then jumping back and forth a lot on that. So yeah, no, it was really fun to work on. And I just, as time went on, I was just like giving myself more work basically. I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm gonna put that. That's cool. So yeah, no, lots of changes this time around, and it looks really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
if I say so myself.
Well, I also say so. So that's
I say so.
we got three.
Thrice.
Good. All right.
Yeah,
So
all right.
that's all you need for consensus. So it's good.
yeah.
So it looks great. Amazing work on all of that. I'm so glad the evil donkey is still there too.
Yes.
It's one of my favorites. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
so yeah, nice work. It's super cool. Now, again, Warriors at home, you might have remembered this was definitely an interesting game mode. Back when we originally ran it. But Mike, can players expect to see the same thing that they saw last time?
Yes and no. Yes and no. We're doing something a little bit different, something we haven't done before. So let me run you through it. So first things first. This is we're branding this as kind of a competition. So we'll talk about that a little bit more in a little bit. But the event runs for 3 weeks, right? Like most of our events. Every week we're gonna make a little change to this event and challenge you players more than we have before. Maybe a little bit evil at the end there. We'll see. We'll see. You all got this. It's totally fine. So what does this mean? In week 1, you will be playing the same event with the new realization, the new red colors, as you did a couple of years back. So no changes there, apart from the fact that this is a kind of going back in time, so you do have Yoshiro instead of the Yokai Slayer Meiko that you need to transport through the market town to fight the evil JOROGUMO at the very end. If you haven't played that event, I'll run you through quickly how it works. So this is an escort mission, a fun one, mind you, not like those other escort missions. This is a good escort mission.
All other ones are
so as you can see here, you have a Yoshiro there to kind of protect, and he's got this green kind of AoE around him. That's essentially a healing AoE. So if you ever are low on health, you return to Yoshiro. He'll help you get back up. So the goal is to escort Yoshiro through these 4 checkpoints before he reaches the JOROGUMO herself. On each of these checkpoints, you'll be fighting a kind of possessed yokai version of our Orochi, our Nobushi, our Kensei, and our Hitokiris. And upon defeating them, you will be able to progress to the next checkpoint and so forth until you get to the final boss fight. Okay. Now, these are not the regular heroes that you fight. These are the possessed kind of versions of them. And so there's a couple of changes. For instance, they have a lot more health. You will see, as they're throwing attacks here, you'll see that white flash during the attacks. That's hyper armor, of course, on all their attacks. And you might have noticed, if you do get hit, you get set on fire.
always fun. Yeah.
Always fun. What do you do when you get set on fire?
Just get stabbed and then get lit on.
Exactly, you get stabbed, you get lit on fire. But you can always return to Yoshiro because this healing AoE is magical. It can cleanse this fire from you. So, it's a kind of back and forth. But you do have to keep Yoshiro alive all the way to the very end to, defeat the Spider Lady. What are we going to do in week 2 then? Okay.
Yeah.
So week 2, like I said, we're going to change things up a little bit. We're not going to be evil just yet. We know players kind of rush through this event, so we're going to make it a little bit harder. So we're going to have all the modifiers on the heroes that you're fighting as you're used to in week 1. So that hyper armor, the burning on hit, the extra health. But in week 2, we're going to say all their attacks are now also unblockable. So, we're trying to punish you a bit for making mistakes.
You gotta parry everything, or else,
Parry everything. Pro tip from Fred, who's very, very good at this. He's very good at this event. So we're going to do that. We also start reducing that healing AoE. You saw it was quite big. This means you have to retreat a little bit closer just to get healed. And we decided, hey, why don't we make it so that you can't double up your characters or triple or quadruple up? So it's a single pick week for the event.
Oh boy!
So starts
not evil yet though. No.
Not evil yet. No,
that's fine.
Start strategizing a little bit about the heroes you're going to take. Feats are on, perks are on. Think about what your team composition could be and what you could do in these weeks. And then comes week 3.
Okay.
This is hard mode. plus plus, I guess, for everybody out there who still think the event is too easy. Okay? So what have we done here? We've taken everything that I've already explained, and we've added corruption instead of burning.
How fun.
How fun.
Everybody's
How fun, you say.
favorite,
Yes. So what does this do? This means that not only should you be parrying everything, you know, a pro tip from Halloween Fred, but if you do get hit, now you have to, you know, coordinate with your team because, of course, with corruption, if there's teammates nearby, you're all starting to take damage. Okay. But of course, I'm not going to be the most evil designer out there. Okay, we decided we are going to cleanse this corruption with the magical power of Yoshiro. So the trick becomes, you know, try not to tag too many of your allies as you're returning to
back and
Yoshiro. Exactly, to get cleansed, and the rest of the fight should feel the same. With a little bit more damage, perhaps you might see that.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
And the healing circle?
The healing circle stays small. We're not gonna
Oh, boy.
reduce this. It's small. You know,
It
stays
okay. All right.
yeah, so that's kind of the event. I should probably mention we're not adding all these things to the boss herself. You know,
she's hard enough,
She's
yeah.
hard enough. But of course, in the boss fight, if you know the event, there's several phases, and in between phases, these yokai spawn into the fight. So by extension of the changes that we've made, they are going to be in the boss fight. So
Yeah, gotcha.
there will be corruption at the end there.
Oh boy. All right. Well, I thought you said you weren't being that evil, but that sounds terrifying. But you know, warriors at home, you know, don't think though that we have such short-term memories, because we remember how you crushed this event back in the day. So we have total faith in your ability to crush both week 2 and week 3, and we want to see it. And just to help reward such excellent gameplay, we have a very special event that we're going to be running outside of this. Now, you may have noticed, as Mike was showing some of the screenshot, the timer is working a little different now in this event. In fact, rather than having a countdown, it's counting up. So why did we do this? Basically, we want to track how fast you can complete this event with your team. And here's where the reward is going to go. Oh no, I ran way too fast about there anyway, sorry. You know, folks, sometimes in life, even on live streams, you make mistakes. You jump ahead a section here when you thought you were really confident in things, and then you have to come back and really just reassess. So let's do that together, shall we? Thank you. All right. We got rewards just for playing the event. First of all, just by playing with any character, you can earn an amazing ornament called the Yokai Memento. That's right. And the JOROGUMO Slayer you get for winning the event. So you get those for any week you're playing of this 3-week event. And on top of that, though, we made some fresh new shiny ornaments for beating weeks 1, 2, and 3. So you see the Lady's Descent, Lady's Mutation, and Lady's Ruination, all of which are incredible looking ornaments that you're going to get just for playing and winning each of the weeks. So you can farm those and get those for all of your characters. So we're so excited. That's a ton of ornaments for you to win.
Five.
Five. But we're not done there. All right. Now, if you were with me about 30 seconds ago, you realize I'd started going off on a part of the script here a little early, but let's kind of recap what we're talking about here. We have a competition, folks. This is the first time trying something like this, so again, it's going to be a little rough when I'm trying to present it. I apologize. But here's how it works, okay? We have a race to beat the JOROGUMO here. That's right. So we talked about it. The clock now is ticking up. We want you to send us your fastest times beating this mode for each week. The teams that beat the event, if you are in one of the 10 fastest times each week, you are going to unlock a golden version of that week's ornaments. So the Lady's Gilded Descent, Gilded Mutation, and Gilded Ruination. So that's now, we're up to 5, 6, 7, 8 ornaments now. So you are going to get to really swag out on all of your cool drip for your characters on this one. On top of that, too, if you are in one of those top 10, you're going to also win a 3-day championship status, 4 XP boost, scavenger crate as well. And again, you can be in these winning brackets every single week. But you have to actually play and take good screenshots. So let's talk quickly about how you are going to submit these things. So first of all, there's a lot of rules to this because it's a big contest. It's kind of a thing we're doing here. So there will be a link in the chat and maybe a link.
Chat is here.
Chat is there. Chat's over there. We rehearsed that one. Yes.
Yeah.
So here's how it's going to work. You are going to take a screenshot of your scoreboard and reply to our publication with your screenshot. No cropping, okay? It's really important that we get all of those key pieces of information there, the week, the time, and your profile. So here's an example of what that should look like. So all entries must be submitted via either Reddit, Instagram, or Twitter using the hashtag FHJOROGUMO. That's right. Oh, there it is there too.
There it is. Yeah.
There it is too. All right, we got that. So don't forget, submit your screenshot at the fastest time, though, before the end of each week. So by Friday, 5 p.m., that's at Friday, 5 p.m. EST. So any submission sent for the previous week's difficulty will not be considered past that deadline, and only one submission per week per player is allowed. So make sure you choose your fastest time as well. And of course, your entire team will win that prize. So make sure you get your three best friends together with you. You go in there and you just rock that event and give us your fastest time. That's a lot.
That's exclusive.
That is exclusive.
Very exclusive.
That is very exclusive. So exclusive. But remember, folks, you can't win if you don't send it in. So keep a lookout for that, and don't forget to check out the article. So that's about it for the for this event. But Mike, Fred, do we have any shout-outs we want to give for players?
Yeah. I'd like to shout out the character team, the Chengdu team, the FX team for giving me all their feedback. And more specifically Kim, because she did a great job with the original effects. So it wasn't that painful after that for me to dig into them and sort it out after that today. So, yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. And on design side, of course, I want to thank the designer that came up with all these cool ideas, Costa, as well as the tech designers that helped him kind of set everything up, make sure that everything kind of works, so we can do this event that changes every week. We've only done this with Test Your Metal before, but nothing quite like this. So there was a lot of learnings. So thanks everybody for supporting on all sides. The programming team supported a lot as well. I should not forget them, because without them we would not be able to make these events. So thank you all so much. Great work all around.
Awesome stuff. All right. Yep. Great job. And thank you too very much for coming on and talking about the event. So folks, stick around though, because coming up next, we have more information on the Triple Threat competitive circuit coming up next. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Warriors, welcome back. Thank you for joining us here to talk Triple Threat. Joining me on the couch today, we are welcoming for the first time today. It's already been 3 segments.
That's crazy.
JC.
That's wild.
Whew.
Yeah, I mean, like again, I was in the back. People think we don't read chat when we're in the back.
That's all
we
you
all
do,
read. That's
yeah.
all we do. Like that's all I do. I go nuts, and I have to say I'm kind of disappointed
No,
because like people start to call for me usually a lot earlier in the stream, and this time it was a bit late. There wasn't too much,
Come
so
on,
that's why it took so
Warriors.
long for me to get here. Right? That's the thing.
It's there's a summoning ritual
Yeah.
that is important. Okay, like you gotta-
It's crucial. Otherwise, I stay at my desk and I don't want to come. So that's the thing, right? So
True.
all right, but you know what? You came through. He's
I did.
here. He's here now. So you all can relax on that.
That's
and,
great.
And Mike is still here. Thanks for sticking around, Mike.
Thank you.
to
Yeah,
talk
the
about-
couch is comfy. I'm trying to find what's the
Right?
most comfy position here.
Yeah, what-
I think it's splendid what you're saying at right now.
it is splendid. It's so splendid.
Absolutely splendid here. We're also splendid.
Inside jokes are amazing on
They
this show that nobody
are.
can understand.
Yeah.
Them. It's great.
That's okay. But if everybody understood, it wouldn't be an inside joke.
Exactly.
There you go. We still love you all. So, anyway, so triple threat. We're going to talk about that. So, listen, if you've been hiding under a rock, what are you doing? We are in the midst of our brand new competitive circuit this year. The triple threat tournament. The very first one was the 4v4 tournament that took place in August and wrapped up there. It was an amazing competition. There was incredible matches going on, and I think we're going to take a look at some really cool clips from that.
Yeah, it's gonna be super
So,
awesome.
Roll the tapes.
There's either words first. Nolan, like, this is the second time I
swear,
have to
what-
rewind again.
What is this again?
Rewind a
Okay.
little bit. It's all good.
You know what? This has been a rough day, folks. All right, so, but yes, because of that, we're going to take a look, because this is our first time with circuit points as well, so we're going to take a look at the circuit points that have been earned. So here we have a display of the top 40 players who participated in this, so we got a lot of points, and you're going to see them all count down through all these
Lots
pages.
of familiar names too.
Yeah.
There are some good pages. All right.
A lot of people there.
There are a lot of great points.
Yeah.
So, as you can see, though, with circuit points, because this is a new thing we're running here, players are rewarded based on their performances, but because it's a team game, a lot of players kind of earn those points together. That's why you see a lot of ties, but that's going to make the next portion of this tournament, the 2v2, go so much more intense. It's going to
Very
be...
exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot more
Rivalries.
competitions, rivalries, and we'll really see those points start to spread out a bit more. So it's going to be really cool. So
Yeah. And then, so while you're talking about it, and you're gonna spoil it before, but
did.
it's all good. Let's watch some clips. Amazing clips from that tournament.
Roll the tapes, Max.
What are we running on Black Prior? They're running are they running Doom Banner there? They are. So this is a massive amount of damage.
It's probably gonna plant it any
right
second
in
now.
the
Yep, there we go.
There it is.
Don't pick up
That's
that
exactly what
phone.
I'm supposed to do.
Because Freeze called it. That's going to be pretty useful. And look how the fight immediately changes. Look how the entirety of Infinite Timbo, like, nuh-uh, I ain't touching the danger circle. That's the anti-sea lion circle, and we're all sea lions. We ain't going in there. They are all desperate to not go in. Lacrimate touches it, and only now, knowing the cooldown is about to come up soon, is daring to go in here, Goss.
And it's 30 seconds that you have to wait that out, and it's 25% defense down, so it's effectively a 25% damage bonus for anybody who's within that 8-meter radius. I mean, you have a long time that you have to wait that out, so that basically gave them free points. It's kind of like having a Juggernaut from Old World, where you just pop that and just stall the point out for 3 for 10 seconds.
Was that the first death of Goblin Gun just now? Wait, can I do that?
It was.
Can.
You can steal my scoreboard. How dare you?
No, I would be curious to hear the comms, obviously not on stream, but I would be curious to hear the comms of these players as what's going on, and because this is really starting to get Goblin Gang just ran away with this pretty much the entirety of the map. Infinite Tempo just hasn't been able to pull this off yet and figure out a way to win these team fights consistently. Goblin Gang just really has their number.
Antonio.
It looks like Goblin Gang practiced their ganks a little. At least it looks better than during the closed ones.
That tier 4 was massive.
Yep.
Crunch.
I think you're right, Freeze. I think we're definitely seeing a Goblin Gang that has practice, and we didn't talk about that in the intro here of the teams, but Goblin Gang has been known not to practice very frequently, and I think between closed qualifier and today, they may have upped their practice game here.
In this case, Blitz had enough HP.
Oh,
the action.
no. That is
Nina B just
unfortunate.
Just getting right away from that. Fiat Lux said, not today. I'm going to take your head, not the other way around. And Lickymon is also very close to losing their head into the Piranha tank over here.
Yeah, not once but twice did the feet exchange go against.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Willem gets dropped. I guess I caster's cursed it. Solid play from Lickymon. He stuck. He stayed with it. You can see he saw the opportunity to get a ledge here. Kept pushing him closer and closer to the edge. And
crunch.
Now he's gonna get an execution here and clean up Kami Kira. Kami Kira's not even gonna get to the point at all.
Nice.
That was splendid.
That was awesome, man. So what did we learn from these clips, really?
Well, I think the biggest takeaway from me is stay away from ledges.
Yeah,
stay
yeah.
away from ledges, team. You'll
and
fall
also,
in.
Yeah, you'll fall in, right? And when you think you're going to die, just keep going because, well, I mean, you're Antonio. You're not really going to die that much there. But still, like, super impressive play from all of these players. That was amazing. And I want to give a special shout out to our casters, right? So, Velocity, Norgos, and Freeze doing an amazing job there. Like, these guys could probably, like, you know,
do the Super Bowl.
Yeah, do the Super Bowl. It would be fine, right?
Nice.
It would be great.
I want to hear that, actually.
Let's
Like, I
petition
really
for that.
want. Let's petition for that.
All right, let's go.
I'm in.
Is that all we have to do to petition?
Yeah.
Just make it happen.
We'll call some commissioner somewhere, and it'll be fine.
Okay, so for Warriors in the chat, if you know who the commissioners of the Super Bowl are, please get in contact with them right away. It's not too late.
Yeah.
I don't think it's too late. I don't know. I don't have a watch. Okay. So, it's some great stuff. So, again, Warriors, if you want to be in the next round of the tournament, there is still time because, I swear, because signups are now open for the upcoming 2v2. And so go find a buddy, sign up, get in this. Open qualifiers begin on November 1st. So,
Sign up.
Is this,
Sign up.
This is how you sign up?
This is how you sign up.
That's how I use keywords.
This is how computers work.
That's why things don't work properly. So.
Is this why? It all makes sense now.
It all makes
sense.
sense.
All right. This is a great segment. I love it. All right. So thank you both very much for coming on to the show to talk about all this. But folks, don't go anywhere because coming up right next is the Patch Notes segment with JC2. So stick around. You don't want to miss it. All right.
Hey, Warriors! Welcome back. I'm joined again by the one, the only, our Lord and Savior, JC.
Yes, hello.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing splendid. I'm stealing Mike's. That's how it works now. I'm doing splendid and fantastic. I don't know, but yeah, pretty good.
Nice.
All right,
Nice.
awesome.
So, patch notes.
Yes,
what do we
patch
have?
notes. Well, there's a couple of things first before we dive into patch notes.
All right.
First, somebody in chat asked me specifically
Okay.
to buff his main
Oh, okay.
and then nerf every other hero. Unfortunately, I don't know who your main is.
It's
didn't mention
probably
it.
Warlord.
Probably? Okay, then it's going to be Warlord. Probably Warlord then. All right. Or I can do it on my main, which is a hero that hasn't released yet, so it's all good. But yeah. No, so We'll go into patch notes a little bit, but I want to talk about testing grounds first. So we had testing grounds not that long ago, right? Which was we tested a bunch of different characters, some stuff with Revenge. So I want to thank players. We got a lot of server responses, a lot of feedback from all of you, so that's super good. Thank you very much. We had like way more server responses this time, which we're super excited about. Nice. Took us a long time to parse through all of it. There was a lot of people thanking us in that feedback, so really, that's awesome.
That's good.
So for the feat changes specifically, we're looking at all the feedback, analyzing everything, seeing what we're going to do. I don't want to say anything yet regarding this. We don't have a time frame for if and or when they're going to come in, but we're looking at sort of stuff to see where it's going to happen. We had a lot of good feedback on some of them. Some of them were like less appreciated, so we're digging through everything. We want to take our time to do it right. Feats are always tricky, so we want to make sure that we do it right? But there was another part to the testing grounds, which was some changes to Revenge. Namely, that Revenge now it gets fed based on the damage you actually dealt, and not the damage you did, like that you would have dealt before modifiers. That went very, very smoothly. And as I mentioned in the last testing grounds, this is one of those extremely rare instances where we can actually push it live real quickly. So guess what? It's coming live tomorrow.
Oh,
so those changes are going to be live tomorrow. It's super good. I'm really, really happy to announce it. It's going to really help with a lot of high-level competitive play. So that's awesome. Because basically when we did our Revenge changes, it had a bit of an impact. That TV is freaking out. It had a bit of an impact. Yeah, right. It had a bit of an impact on competitive play where it kind of like caused issues where it was like way more punishing to try to do ganks, mess them up. And so, because of this, we tried this change, and it works out really beautifully. So, it's going to be live. That's awesome.
Awesome, yeah.
So, Mike has to gust the field, and then see what's going to happen. But
this one? All right.
Hopefully
we're live.
All right, we're live. This is what happens when you are live. All right.
Figure it out. We'll
awesome.
figure it out.
So, let's go to patch notes.
Yes, patch notes.
We can talk about the actual patch notes, right? So, first up, we have a little change in shard point A, right? So we removed the barrier that divided the space, and we also removed the spikes that were there that were a little bit buggy. They were buggy because Ed, our amazing level designer, was working on this area and was trying things out. And then some incorrect data got submitted that didn't get caught. And so this is what happens. Sometimes it happens. It was super memey. I know players really loved it. But at the end of the day, because it was like such a big bug there, we had to kind of get rid of it, unfortunately. TV's still bugging out. But maybe we're going to see. Are we going to have an exclusive Max on screen? No? All right. Anyway.
It's called
maybe,
tech support.
Right? Yeah, it's called tech support. Yeah, so remove the spikes. That being said, I have a little message from Ed, our favorite level designer.
All right.
Who I'm going to read it out for you because, he sent it to me and I want to make sure it's perfect. He says, although we followed through on the initial intentions of the changes for the capture zone, we saw that there was a feedback concerning the spikes this last TU, and we're investigating if we can make any changes to the functionality of spikes overall. We don't want to promise anything, but we're looking into it. So really, like Ed and a lot of us are like looking at what can we do to spikes to make them maybe a little bit more interesting and do some fun stuff with them. So we'll see. Again, no promises, but this change is coming to the map, so that looks good. Max is being like a special kind of
yeah, that was a different kind of spider.
That was good, right? It's a different kind of spider, exactly. Right? Okay, so that's it for map changes. Now let's go into hero changes.
Yes.
So balancing, you see there's a part 1. Usually that means there's at least a part 2 and maybe a part 3, so we'll see what that goes.
Don't get my hopes up.
I don't want to get right? So on Lawbringer, for Lawbringer, we reduced the lateral movement on shove from side dodges, right? So before we did some changes to Lawbringer a little while ago, before he didn't really have any iframes at all on his side dodges.
Right.
On a side dodge shove, actually, specifically. And so it made it like really, really difficult to use the move. Now, when we actually added those iframes, we added more lateral movement, like sideways movements, to that move so that it would be, it would feel more natural and weapons wouldn't phase through you too much, because iframes kind of cause that to happen. But after like a lot of feedback that we've got from players and after looking at it, that movement was a bit too much. And so it causes Lawbringer to be a little bit overly safe in a lot of situations. So by reducing it, it'll be a bit easier for you to tag him with softening to lights or softening to different things. So it should feel a bit better here, specifically for this. Next up, we have Centurion as well. So we increase the forward movement when you're feinting jab or charge jab. So that's a buff. It's very, very minor, but it's specifically built to address a situation where if you're playing against Ascent and you're constantly walking backwards, there were situations where if you hit your opponent and then went into a jab or a charge jab and you feinted them and they rolled, your guard break wouldn't be able to reach because you would be just a little bit too far. So with this change, it should allow you to reach the roll and make the mix-up actually a lot more viable. So it's a small change. It makes a difference in those situations specifically. Otherwise, you won't really notice the change much, but it helps in those like very, very special niche situations.
All right.
We also have Black Prior, where we increased the guard break vulnerability on Bulwark Slash to 200 MS. So it used to be 100 MS, now it's 200. So at 100 MS here, what this causes is Black Prior is a bit too safe and is able to like just throw Bulwark Slashes with too much safety against guard break specifically. He can't really react to somebody throwing guard break from neutral. We've done all the math, we look at all that sort of stuff. It's impossible for even our craziest, highest reaction players. I'm looking at you, Blitz. And some other folks too, right? But because of this, you can do it like a little bit on prediction and you would be a bit too safe. So by making it 200 MS instead of 100 MS, it helps solve that situation. It also has impacts on frame advantage at the end of chains where you can go into a bulwark and then do a bulwark slash. So it kind of has implications at a bunch of little places, but should make that move a little bit less safe overall.
Okay.
Now we have part 2. I said there was a part 2, right? There's a part 2.
Here it is.
So Warlord, right?
Oh, man.
Unfortunately, we're not buffing Warlord.
No.
But Crashing Charge no longer stuns or deals stamina damage, specifically when walls planning, right? So because we've been dealing with removing a lot of stamina damage everywhere, this move does not make any sense for it to deal stamina damage or to stun. Stun is flavorful, but it doesn't really do anything, especially in this case, because you always get a heavy guarantee no matter what. So you get double punished for getting walls platted.
Yeah.
You take a heavy, so you don't need the stam damage. You don't need the stun. They functionally don't really do anything that makes sense. So we're removing them there. As well, you still get your heavy. You still get stuff going. No problem. And Warlord is not a hero that is like hardcore capitalizing on somebody that's out of stamina. So it makes it a bit more fair in this respect. Then we have Highlander, small nerf to Highlander. So his chain lights now deal 13 damage, down from 15. A little bit less damage, more in line with what we have with that kind of weapon at attack speeds and sort of stuff. So again, it's a minor nerf, but it's still significant enough to affect Highlander in defensive stance specifically. Right. Then we have Shaman. With her Predator's Mercy, that's her front dodge bash. It now costs 12 stamina, down from 20. So again, this is it's a big drop. Like 8 stamina doesn't really seem like much, but it makes a big difference. And so that'll help her use that attack a lot more often and use it to initiate against people. You can use it externally, guarantees like a zone attack. You can do a bunch of stuff with it. So it's great to have. But at 12 stamina, it was costing way too much. So by lowering it there, it makes it a bit more accessible. You can use it more often.
Yep. All right.
There's also a part 3.
Part 3.
Oh my god, part 3.
Okay. Okay.
So, Yorm, big buff to Yorm. So Hammer Slam is back to dealing 30 damage. It used to deal 30 before. We nerfed it to 26.
Yep.
And then with the way the game is evolving and going towards, 30 makes sense again, especially because that move doesn't have armor. It doesn't have like anything. You can still get peeled, still get interrupted. So we want to give a bigger payoff to that move specifically. So that it feels better to use.
It's a very satisfying.
It's super satisfying, right? That big crunch that you hit somebody on the floor always feels super good. So that's what we're helping Yorman here a little bit.
All right.
Then we have Kensei. Nice buffs to Kensei. Well, buff and a nerf still. But Kensei now has 130 health, up from 125. That puts him on baseline for other Vanguards. Makes a lot of sense there. Gives him a little bit more survivability. You'll survive a light more, like a lot of the time. So it'll make a bit of a difference there. But we also lowered the damage off of his top heavy finisher. It's 32 now. It used to deal 34.
Right.
That's it. Like the attack is slow. There's a lot of suffering options. There's a lot of stuff you can do with it. So it's very threatening. But 34 is a bit too much damage. So at 32, even then we're slightly above our given damage cap of 30. So we'll keep an eye on it, see if it still needs to be lowered down a little bit more. But it should help feel a little bit less oppressive when you're fighting against Kensei. Right. Finally, here we have Orochi, so it's a nerf here. We adjusted the zone attack trajectory and angle to be more in line with its animation. So a lot of feedback we got from from high-level players, specifically for Orochi for the zone attack, is that it hits really, really wide.
Yep.
It hits a lot of people, and it's very safe because you can dodge cancel it. So with this, because it had all those safety elements, something had to give. The dodge cancel didn't really make sense to remove, but we can adjust the trajectory so that it hits less people, and hitting less people makes it inherently less safe. You're not putting them in hit reactions. You're not forcing them to block it or anything. So it makes a lot more sense. So it's more in line with like what it looks like visually. It was like much bigger. So that was part of stuff that we did a long time ago when we worked Orochi, like a long time ago, to make everything more viable. Because believe it or not, for a long time Orochi was a very, very, very bad hero. So we adjusted the hero, made him a lot better, but now is overperforming a little bit. So we have to look at these.
It's finding that sweet spot.
Yeah. There's also a part 4.
Part 4, okay.
20 parts, right?
All right, well, let's keep going.
Kyoshin, right? So Kyoshin Kaze Stance Lights now deals 6 damage, down from 8.
Okay.
You do a bunch of those Kaze Stance Lights, so it lowers his damage output after all of his Kaze Stance options. Again, like Kyoshin is very, very strong in those situations, deals a lot of damage. By lowering this enough, we get into a position where it's still like he's still very useful, but not as oppressive again when you're fighting, especially in ganks. You can get a lot of damage done with that sort of stuff, so it's better this way. Shaolin nerfs, so 2 nerfs to Shaolin, right? So double side light and third side light. I love the names, they're double and then third. It kind of makes a lot of sense. But anyway, those are like the second and third hits that you do in combos when you do like neutral lights, right? So the second and third hits deal 3 damage instead of 4, so that's a 2 damage lower decrease, right? What that does is, normally when Shaolin does a heavy parry, you're going to go into like a triple side light or double into like mix-ups. You didn't really sacrifice that much, and on top of it, it dealt way over the damage that you normally deal off of a heavy parry. So with this, you're more in line with what you deal with a normal heavy parry. It makes a lot of sense, and then you give up a little bit more when you're doing this. On top of this, Astonishing Blossom, which is the light that you do when you are in key stance. So it now deals 14 damage instead of 17. So again, it's a bit of a nerf to make sure that Shaolin is more in line with what we do. The damage on Superior Block hasn't changed, but off of this specifically makes a lot of sense. You're going to deal less damage. You need to be a bit more offensive with Shaolin to be able to win.
Right.
And then finally on this page, because
there's another one?
There might be a... So Zanhu, we buffed Torturing Maneuver, so it deals 30 damage when it's performed after a superior block, specifically from front dodge, right?
Okay.
So when you do a front dodge with Zanhu, you have deflect frames. Like, not deflect, I'm sorry, it's not deflect, it's superior block. I can't mess that up because I'm going to get in trouble. But essentially, you have superior block when you dodge with Zanhu. So when you dodge front, you get it on top. When you do this, you can do light or heavy, and you get like 2 different follow-ups. The light follow-up is guaranteed. The heavy one is not. Because it is not, it's extremely niche, really hard to use. You don't really want to use it, and it's riskier. So to give it a bit more oomph and to give you a little bit more of a reason to try it out sometimes and try to do mix-ups, we cranked its damage up to 30. So it is not guaranteed. It can get parried. It can get blocked because it's unblockable. But there's mix-ups that can come with it that make a lot of sense. But it only makes sense when the risk is like kind of like it works, but the reward has to be there as well, right? And so because the reward was a bit too low at 24, at dealing 30, then it's like there's more of a read that your opponent has to do if you're going to feint it or not and see what's going to end up happening there. And then we also have the fabled part 5. There's 5 pages to this PowerPoint, man. It's a lot, right? But this is great. So now we have Pirate, a little bit of a nerf to Pirate, but it's a bit of a change that needed to happen, where Cavalier Dance, so that's our front dodge heavy, it occurs 33 MS later during a front dodge. So instead of being, I think it's at 100, it's at 133. So you might be going, hey, what's the point? You know, like it just happens a little bit later. It's actually because if you remember, because you're a pirate, right? So you probably know this.
Today I am.
You know this. Today you are, that's good. Right? So when you do like a front dodge heavy, after specifically a heavy parry, right? Because of the change that we did where we shaved off the last frame of the parry timing, it made the attack guaranteed on a heavy parry every single time. You can't block it because it's unblockable. You can't parry it because it's right after the parry timing. So by making it occur a frame later in the front dodge, it means that it can be parried again after a heavy parry. It's a nerf specifically targeted to this. It's going to have a tiny bit of an impact in group fights as well, because that means the armor kicks in a frame later. So there's a couple of implications there that happen, but we mostly did this to make sure that it wasn't guaranteed after a heavy parry anymore. That was unintended. So with this, it kind of brings it back to what it was normally.
Okay.
We also have Katoon, so zone attack now costs 20 stamina, down from 30. Again, stamina economy on Katoon, lots of soft feints, that sort of stuff. You get out of stamina really quickly. So by having a zone attack that doesn't cost like an insane amount of what am I talking about? Stamina. See, I'm also tired today, so it's great. Like, it's not only Nolan that can make mistakes. I can make mistakes too, believe me. Right. So it costs 20 stamina instead of 30. So it makes it a lot more accessible there. And Priceless Control, which is the light attack that you get when you pin somebody with your, I forget the name of the move, but when you pin with your big heavy, it deals 10 damage instead of 9. So again, a little bit more reward for what you're going for there. Makes a lot of sense there, and it's all good.
Right. Okay.
And then, is there another page, you think?
Is there more?
There
is
page.
more.
Like, I can't believe, is this ever going to end? I don't know, right? I'm sure there's people in chat that are freaking because like, oh my God, there's so many changes. It's awesome, right?
I mean, we're working hard.
Right? We're working super hard, so that's the thing, right? So now we have a Virtuosa nerf, which is sideways misdirect, so it's their side dodge attacks. There's 600 MS instead of 533. So they still are multi-directional. They need to be multi-directional because we want you to be able to choose what stance you'll go into, what pose you're going to go in, so that's great. But at 533, they were just too challenging to parry on reaction for a lot of players. If you're like on older consoles, if you don't have like, a top-tier gamer screen, if there's a bit too much input lag, it makes it a bit harder to react to. At 600, generally, it's a lot easier to parry. It might just seem like it's 2 frames, but it's a lot easier to parry. So it should help relieve a little bit of that tension of, oh my God, like she's side dodging. She's going to do like 1 or 3 directions. It's super hard to react to. At 600, normally everybody can block it at the very, very least. If you block it, she still is ahead, but not as much. And it's a lot easier to parry as well. Right. So even though like parry on reaction was possible before, now it's a lot easier. So that should help in that situation. And then we also have Conqueror, right? So Conqueror, we have Crashing Apprehension. It can be done from 1 to 500 MS during a front dodge instead of 1 to 3. So the reason for this is we put the move in, like not that long ago, to be a bit of a roll catcher, which is great. It works, but it doesn't work as well as we intended. And part of that is because you can't delay it a lot. And if you can delay it further out, it'll be easier to catch people that are further out because you've moved more forward during your dodge. So this should help the roll catching element of that move specifically there. And it also has more forward movement when it's feinted to help you do a feint to guard break if you want to do one, to catch people that are rolling away if they roll like a different timing to get a very big and payoff off of this. So it works quite well there as well.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's super cool, right? Okay, is that it?
I don't know.
Is it? Is there? I mean, I see a 6. Might as well put a 7th page. At that point, oh yeah, it doesn't say part 7 though, but it's still great, right? Yeah. So we're doing, this is the final slide, thankfully, because I'm starting to lose my voice. But so, we have a guard break vulnerability changes to these heroes, right? So to Yorm, Shinobi, Katoon, Shaolin, and Conqueror, their front dodge heavy attacks now have 200 MS of guard break vulnerability, up from 100. So what that means is that there's a lot of situations against these heroes specifically, because they have front dodge heavies that deal a lot of damage, that are feintable, they also were functionally immune to guard break. And when they had frame advantage, it was even worse, because then they could just use that to kind of option select guard breaks in a way. Yeah. So with the guard break vulnerability like raised just enough, it means that they can no longer use those attacks to stuff guard breaks. Right. This is a really, really, really good change. Like most players won't see a massive change because you're not really using those on reaction unless you're like super high level. But in a lot of situations at those levels, those were like very, very, very difficult to deal with. So that's why we're pushing this change here, so that they're a lot more vulnerable in those like really, really specific situations.
All right.
Well, I think that's it, right? It's awesome. That is it for patch notes.
That was a lot.
It was a lot, right?
My God. Okay.
Crazy. And so one thing I want to say is I know today, like there's some people that aren't here with us, namely Vanessa and some other game designers and stuff. Yeah. That's because they're at MoCap. And I know they're watching us from MoCap. So just want to say hello to them.
Hey.
Right? I know they're watching us. They're excited. So like I know there's a bunch of people there. There's our two of our stunt actors there. The stunt coordinators are there. Amazing people. I'm going to see them tomorrow, so I'm excited.
Nice.
But really, like, thank you. I know people say, I never do mocap or anything anymore. No. They're there right now.
Yeah.
Actually, right now, rehearsing things for the future. So that's awesome.
Whatever that's going to be.
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to be. I have no idea. That's why I'm going to show up tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All
That's
right.
it.
All right. Well, thank you again
very much.
for coming to the den and letting everyone know what's coming with the updates, the changes. There's a lot.
There's a lot. It was mostly quality of life changes, but still like a lot of really good stuff that should help improve the game.
Yeah,
overall.
but I mean,
So that's good.
sometimes it's the smallest things that have the most
Exactly.
impact, right?
Exactly.
So stick around, folks. We're gonna head to the community corner in a second. See you soon.
Welcome back,
Okay.
Welcome back, Warriors. We are here at the community corner. I had a great segment.
Yeah.
Took some water. I'm back. I'm refreshed. It's great. That was some amazing patch notes. This is great. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, super exciting. Very happy to see all the updates. So yeah, we're very excited
I played this straight.
about this Halloween season. So let's do a quick recap, right,
Okay.
of everything coming tomorrow.
Okay. We have, starting tomorrow, Rise of the JOROGUMO Halloween event. That's right, starting tomorrow, October 23rd, run for 3 weeks through November 13th. Remember, folks, it includes the exclusive Race to the JOROGUMO contest. So, again, get your teams together, get your best time, and send us those screenshot results. All the rules, again, are in the chat. You'll see it. On top of that, we have new hero skin, the Yoshiro the Damned, available for $11.99 USD or 25k steel. It looks sick. We're loving that. Yeah. And we've also got something special. We've got a hero skin bundle because if you recall, Mako Slayer, Yokai Slayer Mako was there a couple of years back with this event. So we're going to bundle the two of them together. The Yokai Banishers, which will be available for $19.99 USD or 42k steel in game. So super cool there.
Awesome. Also, the triple threat 2v2 signups are open. So get your place, sign in, come to the tournament, and we'll have the balance patch going live tomorrow.
That's right. That's
lots of changes coming in. It's moving. It's creeping me out.
I can't. Okay. We've also got some content of the week coming your way. That's after the
after the Hero Fest, yeah. It's just one of those days.
It's one of those days.
But yeah, so also don't forget, obviously, we have the Hero Fest coming in during this event. So Hitokiri starting on November 13th, the Shaman starting on November 20th, and the Tiandi going on November 27th.
Absolutely. And now we've got some awesome content of the week. Coming your way. So, folks, starting tomorrow, a new mythic outfit, Demon Eyes, available for 15k steel. This one is super cool, very creepy if you have a thing about eyeballs.
They see you.
They see everything. They see... We linger on this, just so you know. That they see you. Love it. And on top of that, we also have another mythic outfit, Hellspawn, available for 15k steel. Talk about some amazing, cool, fiery, evil drip going on there. So pick that up for all your characters there.
Yeah, that outfit is fire.
It is very cool. Yep, I remember that. That's great. Also, we have a new execution limit time coming up, the Yokai Hunter. So available for 10k steel, shared execution here. So grab the Momono dagger and get to work on all the yokai. Nice, very cool. And also a new emote, Hungry for Yokai. So again, can you control the power of the dagger? Well,
or will it control you?
That's right. Well, for 10k steel, you can find out. So there you go.
All right, all pretty cool stuff. Next, we have the community corner videos. All right. Are we skipping it?
It's not just me.
No. It really is. It's just one of those days, it seems. All right, so let's roll back a couple of seconds before we get to the videos. We have a weekly arcade quest, Grimson the Deathless. So it's going to go from October 23rd to October 30th with the event order, Rise of the JOROGUMO for week 1. All right, now we can get to the community corner videos. All right, so let's watch the funnies.
Ad profundis! Defeat.
幸せがあるんだ。要するに雇われた仕事さ。さあ動けよ。
さあお引き取りください。そしてこの任務のことは誰にも口外するな。
放て尋常に勝負
That was awesome. You know, I love that last clip because even though he died, like he had the moral victory. He had the moral victory of that arrow shoot.
I gotta say, I was a fan of that flip right at the
That
beginning.
flip was incredible.
Yep, ledging is life.
Ledging is life. All right. Amazing. Ah, good stuff.
All right, so that's all for us for today. But Nolan, thank you again for having me on the show. I think we had a pretty good time.
We had a great time.
Had
Despite,
a splendid time.
We had a splendid time. That's the time we had.
So, well, yeah, maybe not JC, not now at least. But I'll see you on the battlefield.
We will, and
tomorrow.
Well, and don't forget we're raiding someone too, right?
Yes, we are raiding.
Virtual Kev. Tetsuo Kev.
Yeah,
so Tetsuo Kev. So don't forget, folks, when you raid him, make sure you drop in the chat the Spider Egg Omelet.
Spider Egg Omelet.
Also,
Google it.
Don't Google it. You know, it's Halloween. Google it. All right.
Yeah. I mean, it's to your own risk and peril if you do.
We'll see you at the next one, y'all. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Jeez.